Anyway, back to what I was saying about she's like, the fuck? And of course the Antiope gets like blown back, and also, side note, pretty sure Antiope and her second in command were totally a thing. Just saying. Because she was real defensive. That general was real defensive. Or commander, whatever. I ship it. Okay? Totally ship it. It's cute. Moving on. Anyway, and I love how Antiope, like, everyone's like, oh my god, you're bleeding, are you okay? And she's just looking at Diana being like, I'm so proud of you, baby! And I love it. So anyway, Diana kind of just moves on and is like, okay, here we go. And she's just like, the fuck am I? Like, what the fuck did I just do? But one thing I loved about this movie, and it happens 3 or 4 times where Diana kind of, you can tell she's overwhelmed by something. This time it happens to be whatever the fuck she just did to Antiope. But later on in the movie, it's several other times where she just kind of takes a deep breath, tilts her head up, closes her eyes, and just breathes. And I can't express how much that scene means to me, because so often in film, whether it's TVs or movies, women are not allowed to feel. They're not allowed to show that they're feeling something, that they're feeling emotions. They kind of just have to, they're either the weak little flower that's constantly blubbering and crying and has too much emotion, or they're the hardened warrior that feels nothing. You never get to see someone be both, where we just saw Diana literally kicking ass and being a badass, and now she's standing here, like, just feeling so much. And just those scenes and the way they shot them, you can feel what Diana is feeling with her, and it is just gorgeous. And I absolutely, I can't even. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. But I mean, it's just gorgeous what they're doing with that. It's absolutely fantastic. Like I can't. Those scenes, like there's three of them throughout the movie, and all 3 of them just made me kind of go, like, it's just. And then we have the entrance of Steve Trevor, which from the original Linda Carter, Steve Trevor was kind of hapless. Which, I mean, he was a good soldier, he was a good spy, you know, he could do his job. But honestly, I don't think he would have gotten very much done without Diana around. Like, let's be real. Let's be real honest, okay? Because he was just, I don't know, but I love, like, Chris Pine absolutely just murdered this role in the face. Just right in the face. Just was so good. It was just, sorry, this sneeze is really just fucking with me. I feel it coming, but then it's just like, ooh, you're going, never mind. But anyway, I loved the way that he was, like, I can't even put into, the fuck was that?
Help! I've fallen, I can't get up! Help!
1 second, guys. Grandma!
Help!
You're fine! Get up and go to bed, you're drunk!
Okay.
Alright. Sorry about that, guys. My grandma's interesting. Anyway, so, like I said, I don't even know how to put into words what my feelings about Steve Trevor in this movie. Because he is so different than any male protagonist I have seen in a long, long time. You know, and the fact that we get a scene of him, the only scene that you could say was filmed and shot and put in the movie with every intention of being a gratuitously sexy type scene where it was literally for a particular audience, like, you know how we have those scenes where it's like the woman like showering provocatively, and it's obviously for the male gaze. Like, guys are gonna see that and be like, oh, boobs. Like, the only time we got that in this movie was with Steve Trevor. Like, we never see Diana underdressed. Not once. We don't see any of the Amazons underdressed. Not once. But we see Steve Trevor straight up naked. Straight up just being like, I gotta cover my junk and. Like, it's so. Oh my gosh. It was just. And like the whole scene, like, I love Diana and how Gal portrayed her, where she like walks in and she's just like kind of confused and then just like, would you say you're a typical specimen of your sex? And he's just like.
Average.
The first time she said typical.
Oh.
And, fuck you, Sneeze. Anyway, so I just. But, so she's, you know, and she asked this, and of course, him being a guy is just like, you know, he's like, well, I'm above average. And it's just like, I don't even feel bad that, you know, I don't know if he's lying. What do I know? Like, A, I'm gay. B, I don't know, but it's just funny where he's just like, kind of puffs up a bit. He's like, I'm above average. Because I think he realizes, like, she's never seen this before. I have an opportunity here. And he's just like, It's like, I'm above average. And then, I love how she, like, goes like, well, what's that? And he just immediately looks down to his junk, and he's like, how do I explain this? And then he, like, I love how they didn't even have to show Gal. They didn't even have to show Diana, but his eyes, he kind of goes like, junk, Diana, junk, Diana, junk. Oh, Diana's not looking. Diana's looking at a watch. Gotcha. Like, Chris Pine killed that scene because it's so comical and so funny. It was so good. It was. Oh, it was like, I've never seen a scene that was filmed where you could actually say it was for the female gaze. Obviously not the gay ones, but whatever. But, oh, it was just so good, guys. I absolutely... Yeah, there we go. You know, it was for the male gaze. Just the really gay male gaze. But, oh, man, it was... It's really good, guys. Like, I just loved how throughout the whole movie... Steve never once talked down to Diana. You know, even when she had, like, questions about things that are, like, why are they holding hands? And the guys that were catcalling her and, you know, not understanding the culture and everything, he never once spoke down to her or belittled her for not knowing. He just explained it and then moved on. You know, I loved that. And especially when we got into the combat portion, is he never once questioned her. And I think maybe it's because he saw the Amazons fighting. I mean, he didn't really see Diana fight much, but he saw the Amazons fighting. He figured, you know, I mean, admittedly, in the trenches, he was like, dude, that's no man's land. No man can cross it. Totally had that scene where you see it in Diana. He's like, well, I am no man. Sorry, Lord of the Rings reference. But, you know, it's no man's land. No one can do it. And Diana's like, well, fuck you. I'm going to. Which, we're just gonna skip right ahead to that scene because, sorry about that, guys. Been feeling that for about an hour. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the no man's land scene, which... That sneeze kind of jogged my brain a bit. I do want to bring up how there was once when Trevor kind of treated Diana like the defenseless damsel. And that would be the alley scene with the bad guy convention. Where he's like, oh, get behind me, I'll protect you. And then she deflects a bullet, which he catches and is like, the fuck? And then he's like, okay, well, never mind. And then she totally kicks all their asses. And the one guy she didn't manage to punch is like futilely trying to shoot her and runs out of bullets. And then Steve punches him. Steve punches one guy. And then Etta, my sweet, precious baby Etta Candy, I love you. Where she's just like, I got a sword. I got a sword in the purse. What you gonna do? So cute. So cute. Back to the No Man's Land scene, though. So, No Man's Land. where, you know, Steve's like, you know, these guys have been here for a year and they haven't even gained an inch. Like, it's a futile situation. We gotta just skirt around it and get where we gotta go, you know, Steve being all meh. But Diana's like, no, fuck that. Like, you know, especially because Diana, you know, she's not bulletproof, but she feels pretty bulletproof because she can deflect bullets, which I loved how they did the slow-mo shots, where, especially, like, on the island when we see the first Amazon get shot, like, Steve is, like, trying to, like, she's gonna get shot, and he's going all slow motion, but Diana's going normal motion and watching the bullet, so it actually explains how she's able to deflect bullets, not just that her bracelets obviously have some type of power imbued in them so that they don't just shoot her through the arm, you know, that Amazonian armor or whatever, but it's that she actually can see them coming. It's easy to deflect bullets when you can see them coming. You know? The main reason that we can't deflect bullets as people is because they're moving too damn fast. So I love that they actually put that several times. We see her, like, eye tracking a bullet. I love that. So cool. So anyway, the no man's land scene, she's climbing. You know, we see the shield come out. We see the sword. We see her climbing the ladder. And what I love about that, where she's climbing out of the trench, out of the up the ladder, is not a one of those close-up shots is gratuitous or trying to show off her features. It's zeroing in on her weapons
and armor.
Like, we see, you know, the boots. We see the lasso on her hip. We see the wrist guard. We see, like I said, it's focusing in on her armor and on the things that make her a warrior. Not, oh look, she's got boobs, or oh look at the butt, like she's climbing a ladder. That would have been I'm telling you, that would have been. I guarantee you, I expected to have some type of gratuitous behind her shot, just showing her butt as she's climbing a ladder. I expected it. I didn't get it, and I'm happy about that. It was so good. Because, and then so she comes up, and of course the Germans are like, the fuck is she doing? And she's just like, fuck your bullets. I don't have time for that shit. And so they're going, and she's literally just walking, just strolling across no man's land, like, I got a shield. I got my bracelet. She's like ready to go. They're freaking like shooting artillery shell, not a gun, a freaking artillery shell, and she's just like, bitch, with her shield. It's fantastic. Like, it was so good. Like, it legitimately made me tear up, and I don't even know why. Like, it's not an emotional scene. It's just her being badass. And I mean, you gotta imagine what those Germans are thinking. They're probably thinking like, what the fuck? A, it's a woman. So for them, that's huge. B, it's a woman in a skirt. Like, and she's got a shield? And a sword? Like, this gotta be the fucking weirdest thing they've ever seen. Because, come on, it's okay. And then she starts deflecting bullets and artillery shells?
And not the skin for that day and age.
Oh yeah, that was that was so funny. When Trevor was trying to get her to go to the war council so he could hand in the book, and she was just like, well, and like puts her hands on her hips, and he's like, don't do that, that's a lot of leg. Like, but never, like, he never like tried to be like, oh yeah, she's so attractive. He's just like, let's get you some real clothes. Also, I'd like to admit, this is a total dig at Superman and Supergirl. The glasses lasted all of 5 minutes on Diana. The first time she goes into battle, they fall off and get crushed, and it's just like, oh, well, forget the glasses. That's not useful, fuck that. I love it. So good. So, we get to, oh my gosh, and the soundtrack to this movie, I need it, and I need it to play on background in my head forever, for everything I do in my life. Even folding laundry, I feel like will be more badass if I'm listening to the soundtrack of this movie. So good. Well, and just like you could tell, because she'd be fighting and stuff be going on. She's doing awesome. She's like sliding on her knee and like punching shit, and it's great. But then you'd hear it, just faintly, building in the background, her theme song. and as it crescendos, she's about to fuck up someone's day. She's about to, like, knee a dude through a wall. She's about to just friggin' face plant someone with her shield. Like, she's about to mess someone up. And it's... I can't. It's just so good. Oh, and then the throwback to Antiope, where Steve saw the door of the armored car or whatever, and he's just like, he's like, okay, we're gonna do this, guys. And I love how, one second, guys. I didn't order any pizza and pot stickers. What place even sells those two things together? No, it's cool. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. And all the interruptions. It's been weird. Like, cannot catch a minute today, I'm telling you. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the shield scene. So, I mean, and that was badass of Antiope on the beach, where she's just like, shield! And the general, totally a couple, sorry, I ship it, it's a thing. It's just like, boom, got your shield. And she just like goes up and just like fucks three dudes. She's so badass, I love her so much. I will miss her forever. And the fact that Diana's crown, like the Wonder Woman crown, was Antiope's, I'm like, emotions. And the fact we actually got to see Hippolyta fight. Like, most of the time, like, the regal queen would be like, I'm not fighting, but she's a fucking Amazon, so she'd be like, I'm gonna fuck you up just as much as everybody else. And the fact she fights backhanded is so cool. Anyway, but the fact that Steve not only saw that, but remembered it and knew Diana would know what he's talking about. So he's just like, and I love how Chief and Sammy are just, he's just like, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna do this thing, and they're just like, okay. Like, I mean, they were great, where they're just like Diana goes up there and they're just like, the fuck? And then Steve's like, she's taking all the fire, let's go! And they're just like, okay! Like, so cool. And then so they're gonna just be like, whoa. They're going up there, it's gonna be great. And then, of course, like, she's taking all the fire, and then when she starts just fucking running, all the rest of the American British soldiers are just like, they're just like, she's running, let's go! And it's just, so cool. And then, like I said, so the shield were and she freaking decimated that clock tower. Like, whew. You'd think they got shot with an artillery shell. No, it just got head-butted by Wonder Woman.